Minecraft survival is super fun, and there are always new things to learn that enhance your experience. Here are 16 useful Minecraft survival tips you didn't know, along with a bonus tip at the end. Stay tuned. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard the Minecraft song parody, Don't Mine at Night. It's one of those nostalgic classics in the community, but actually, the whole song has it completely wrong. It's actually much safer to mine at night than during the day, despite what people might tell you. This is because Minecraft can only spawn a maximum of 70 hostile mobs in single player. If you think about it, during the day, all 70 of these mobs will be spawning in caves since they can't really spawn on the surface. Caves are the only dark place they can spawn. But during the nighttime, mobs can spawn on the surface, meaning less of them will be down in caves, which in turn makes your mining trip a lot safer. So do mine at night, it's actually better. Dying in Minecraft survival is quite common, especially if you're new to the game and don't really know what you're doing, or maybe a creeper just snuck up on you. Yeah, that's really annoying. But possibly the worst thing is dying without knowing where exactly you died, except there is a way to know that. It's called the recovery compass. It's actually pretty new, however some people just forget about it. It's crafted with a compass and 8 echo shards, which you can find in ancient cities. So you can just make a quick trip to one and loot it, and this compass immediately points to the spot where you last died. So always keep this stashed in an external chest with you for emergency situations. It could save you all of your max gear, provided you didn't fall into lava or something, and plus it works in any dimension, which is nice too. Some Minecraft villagers just need to go, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe they're a nitwit or their trades just suck. I mean, we've all been there before. Only problem is you can't kill a villager without other villagers potentially getting mad and raising their prices for you, and maybe the iron golem getting mad at you too. However, you can kill villagers indirectly. The best ways are to use lava buckets or flint and steels. These types of damage are considered environmental and are not counted as damage inflicted by the player, meaning if you kill a villager this way, other villagers won't raise their prices, nor will the iron golem end up getting mad at you because you technically didn't kill the villager, the fire did. You can actually use this for a bunch of other mobs in the game too. Lava buckets are just awesome. When making an XP or mob farm in Minecraft, usually you want to make a long drop so the mobs are one shot when you hit them. But I'm here to tell you this is a huge waste of time and resources. Pointed dripstone is a block that can be found in dripstone caves, a very common cave biome, and falling on them causes entities to take double the fall damage than normal. So let's say this fall normally would cost me 5 hearts of damage. If that pink block is replaced with a pointed dripstone, suddenly I'll take 10 hearts. So with this, you can have a super tiny fall for your XP farm while achieving the same effect, again saving you time and blocks on top of it. When you build bridges in Minecraft survival, holding the shift key for so long can get both annoying and scary. I mean, what if you accidentally let go and you lose everything? This is especially a problem in the Nether and the End, where there is either a giant pit of lava, or even better, an endless void below you. Well, fear no more, because if you head over to your settings and then your accessibility settings, you can change the way you sneak. So instead of having to hold shift to sneak, you can instead simply press shift once. Trust me, I have used this when building bridges to find end cities. Makes me feel so much more comfortable. Starting a new Minecraft world, furnaces are extremely useful since you need them to cook food, but in modern Minecraft, there are actually much better ways to do this. What you really should be using early game is campfires. These are extremely simple to craft, especially early game, only 3 sticks, 2 coal, and 3 logs. That is super cheap, and you can simply place your raw food on them. You can place 4 food items at the same time, and the campfire will immediately cook them all for you in 30 seconds without using any fuel to do so. It will never run out of fuel, unlike the furnace, which requires you to constantly refuel it with extra wood or coal. This is way quicker and cheaper too. Building structures made out of sand or concrete powder in Minecraft can be quite frustrating, mainly because these blocks have gravity, so they can never be floating on their own unless you hold them up with another block, which just looks really weird and can kinda ruin the look of it. However, there is a way to hold up sand or concrete powder in a structure without ruining it visually. The trick is with string. Simply place string right below the sand or the concrete powder and it will stay floating forever. This is really nice too, because you can't really see the string super well. It's a very small block, so it doesn't really impact how the build looks that much. You do want to be careful of any creepers though, because that could ruin your entire build. Have you ever had trouble transporting mobs long distances? Maybe villagers, maybe a shulker for that one advancement? You know what I'm talking about. Well, whatever mob it is, there is a super easy and quick way to transport them, and trust me, it's not what you think. We are going to be using a boat, but we won't be driving the boat ourselves like we traditionally do. We're instead going to place the mob inside the boat, should be pretty easy, and now you can actually leash the boat to drag it along with the mob still inside. Okay, sir, can you please stop? Thank you. This works in both Bedrock and Java, and it's way faster than using pistons or beds for the same purpose. You do want to be careful if it's a hostile mob though, don't get too close to it, they can still attack you, and of course big mobs like horses or hoglins can't be transported this way either since they don't fit in boats. It would be kind of weird if they did. Farming is one of the most important aspects of Minecraft survival, but if you're more mid to late game and have access to enchantments, then you need to be using a fortune tool on your crops. The reason is, fortune gives you more potatoes, carrots, and melons than usual. This is very useful for both villager trading and for food. Baked potatoes and golden carrots are pretty good food sources. And in the case of beetroot and wheat, it'll give you more seeds, which seems useless, but is actually really good because composting those seeds will give you a ton of bone meal to use later on your crops. Basically, the fortune enchantment just became even better. Enchanting items in survival can always be very annoying, especially if you get that dreaded anvil message. Wait, don't say it. Too expensive. I recently had this problem in my world. It is the definition of evil. But with some research, I've actually managed to figure out how to avoid it. Basically, you want to get max enchantment books from villagers. All the enchanted books you get should have never been used in an anvil before, so don't combine enchanted books if you can, because that makes it more expensive. And then, once you have all the enchantments you need, you want to combine all your enchantments into just 3 to 4 books. If you want more details, you can watch my anvil enchanting video, link is right here. Many of us know that the armor or villager can supply you with full enchanted diamond armor, so basically you can get full diamond gear without mining any diamonds. If you didn't know that, well, you just learned something new. But what's even crazier is the fact that you can get max enchanted netherite gear without mining diamonds either. You can trade for a diamond pickaxe from a toolsmith villager to mine ancient debris. From there, simply find a bunch of upgrade templates in bastions and use librarians to supply all your enchantments. Bam, you got max netherite gear, no diamonds needed. Man, villagers are just crazy broken. Have you ever been stuck on the edge of a cliff with mobs surrounding you? While this situation can look grim, you don't have to worry if you have a boat. You can simply place the boat down, drive it off the cliff if you can, and you'll take 0 fall damage. If the angle is too steep though, you can also just defy gravity by getting in and out of the boat repeatedly. This makes the boat fall slower, allowing you to almost glide with it like you have slow falling or something. Very useful tip that could potentially save your life. Powdered snow in Minecraft is really annoying, especially if you live in a snow biome. You can build over it, but it's tedious and it's also kind of hard to see, especially if you're not paying attention. Of course, when you fall in this stuff, you start dying, you can't get out, it sucks. But there's a way to defeat powdered snow once and for all. Using leather boots, you can simply walk right over it without falling in at all. And even then, let's say you somehow do manage to fall in, you will gain the ability to climb out of it along with freezing immunity. So if you spawn or live in a snowy climate, you know what to immediately craft. Do you know the best way to farm wood in Minecraft survival? You could make some complicated tree farm, or even better, you could just use 4 spruce saplings. Placing 4 of these in a 2x2 square and bone mealing them will give you a massive spruce tree, which is not only made of multiple stacks of wood, but also has a bunch of leaves too, so you have the potential to get tons of more saplings on top of that. As a bonus, they also generate podzol, which is just a really cool looking block if you have silk touch to pick it up, and also this is really useful for trading sticks with the Fletcher villager. Do you want insanely fast water travel in survival? Well, first of all, ditch the boats. Instead, leash a dolphin. These guys give you a crazy speed boost when you're around them, and you are already 1.8 meters faster with them than when you're in a boat. But if you want even crazier speeds, wear some Depth Strider 3 boots. Now, it is genuinely scary how fast you can travel with this thing. You'll be traveling more than 3 times your regular sprinting speed on land, and this is probably the fastest way to travel underwater. Finding strongholds isn't that easy in Minecraft, being that they are extremely rare, but in Bedrock Edition, it's actually much simpler. Not only do strongholds generate much more frequently and closer to your spawn point, they also almost always generate under villages that are 600 or more blocks away from the world spawn. So every time you discover a new village in Bedrock, try throwing an eye there. You never know, there might just be a stronghold hidden right under it. Sometimes in Minecraft, it can take quite a while for a world to truly stick, so you may play it for a bit and then not play it again, or you might come back to it later. But one important thing is to always name your worlds. I know this sounds stupid, but name every single world, even if you never play it again. Just don't leave it as new world, or you'll end up like me, where I'm literally unable to differentiate which world is which at all. Thankfully, Minecraft gives a date and time, so at least I can make somewhat of a guess. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.